Yeah, so I went to the 2023 Pledis public audition in Seoul, and it was an interesting experience. But firstly, the pre-registration actually took place before the audition. It was just a simple Google form that you had to fill out saying that you're going to audition and you had to submit more personal information about yourself. But when it was the audition day, basically you can go from any time from 12 to 4. I thought I would just go there early at 12. So I arrived at 11:45 thinking, wow, I'm so early, I'm so great at this, I'm gonna slay this audition. But there was already a long line of people that were in line for the audition. And it was so long that it probably took around 3 minutes just to get to the end of the line. And I know that doesn't seem long, but it was like a snake, a loop around the entire building. Good thing the building was large because, I mean, to spoil, at the end of my audition, it was already outside of the building. That's how long the line was. So if you know you're auditioning for a big company like Pledis Entertainment, and especially in a big city like Seoul, make sure you get there early. For this audition, if I knew what was going to happen, I probably would have been there about 10 or even 10:30. Another factor to consider is if the audition is taking place in a couple of days or just on one day. Now for this, there was only one date for the audition, which is why there were more people crowded in one day. Now if it was held for about 3 days or so, it probably would have been broken up somehow. And now if you guys want me to make a full guide on public or offline auditions, I'll definitely do so. Just let me know if you'd like to see that in the future, kind of just what to expect, the process, what to bring. But here's kind of like a quick list of what you should definitely bring to K-pop auditions. I actually made a list here, so I'll just kind of read off of that. So firstly, a fully charged phone. Because there's a lot of wait time, you definitely want to be on your phone just listening to music, listening to the song that you'll be singing, or even watching videos of the dance. Also have your song or your video downloaded on your phone because there might not be Wi-Fi at the building that you're doing the audition in. And of course, with that, you have to bring headphones, earphones, AirPods, whatever that may be. A fan is also a Korea favorite because it just gets really hot, especially in indoor buildings. If there's that many people in there, it's just gonna get hotter and hotter. So bring a physical fan, like a paper fan, or just like an electronic fan. And lastly, cold water. This one might seem obvious, but I did not bring water that day, and let me tell you, I was dying in heat. And this audition was for any gender from 2005 to 2012, and a lot of people were actually there with their parents, which I thought was really cute. And there were just a lot of females. I almost thought this was a female audition, but no, it's for both gender. Compared to the SM audition, there were tons more people in here. And now this might be two reasons. Firstly, because HYBE is getting super popular these days. I guess Pledis as a whole is also growing because of 17. And secondly, I guess the timing of the audition is a little bit better. It was after exam season, and I guess middle or high school students are already done with their exams, whereas for SM that was like right in the middle of exam season. And also compared to SM, the foreigner to Korean ratio was also significantly lower, meaning that there were around 2 to 3 foreigners this time around, which I thought was really crazy. But it kind of makes more sense because I guess there was just so many Koreans interested in the audition. And at this point, I was actually still considering between 2 vocal options. Never do this. Just pick one and prepare that for your audition. I guess mine is a special circumstance because I'm not actually auditioning for the sake of it, but just for showing you guys the process of it. So whatever I do doesn't really matter at the end. But I was deciding between the one I did for SM. By the way, I did make an audition experience video here, so if you're interested, check that out. And that one is a little bit more overused, but more vocal oriented. It's very powerful. And then another one, which is more of a fun little song that I just enjoy listening to. Then I looked at the long line. I was like, okay, how many people are going to go with that first song choice that I sang for SM? And I decided to go against it just because I wanted to be a little bit special, a little bit unique. So I went with the second choice, which was probably no one was choosing it. Now, although I could not see it because the line was so long, you could tell that the line jumped from these timestamps. I actually wrote them down. So firstly at 10:52, and then at 11:02, a huge lineup, or a line jump, sorry, at 12:21, and then it kind of continued until 12:27. And at this point, I could actually see the rooms that the auditions were taking place in. So when I filmed this, I thought I was really close to auditioning. I took my AirPods out and everything, but it was not even close. And let me tell you how different people prepare for their audition in a line kind of setting. So the girl in front of me clearly was dancing because she had her phone and her AirPods in, and she was watching this dance tutorial, or this follow-along dance tutorial of aespa's Thirsty, I think, and it was just on repeat, and she just kept on watching that on and on again. Some people actually just dance to it, like small movements like that, and then dance to it on the spot while they're just standing. For me, I was just listening to the song on repeat, kind of mouthing the lyrics, especially because it was the first time of me singing it in public or just singing it in general. I didn't want to get the lyrics wrong, but let me tell you about how that went, because I'll definitely be sharing the recording of my singing at the end of the video. But anyway, at 12:33 we were actually divided into groups of 10, and there was this whiteboard that kind of told you the rules, so let me translate them. And when I was waiting in that group of 10, I could actually hear people with their auditions, which was a little bit nerve-wracking because I thought I would be in that same position where people can hear me from the outside, and you know, that's a little bit crazy. So someone was singing Mad at Disney, and then I also heard Queen Card and Super Shy Play, so I'm assuming those were the dancing categories. At 12:55, my group sat in front of this huge room. It had around 100 people in it, and they were just sitting down, and I had no clue what was going on. I would say there was a lack of explanation for this audition. You were just kind of guided because there were so many people. You're like, go here next, go here. And it was just so complex. I was like, oh my god, is it finally my turn? And then it wasn't my turn. That was kind of like a repeat of that. While we were sitting down, I talked to this girl next to me. She was a 2008 liner, and she was singing to Lehi's Holo, and there's just so many people singing to Lehigh songs. They're a great audition song choice if they weren't overused. And let me just tell you, there's guarantee someone else singing that, maybe 10 people sing that exact same song if you're choosing an Lehigh song. So at 1:10, I actually went into that room with about 100 people, and that was just kind of like the process for getting your name tags and being registered in general. Now there's an option for just going without the pre-registration, which honestly did not differentiate you between the pre-registered people or the non-pre-registered people. So essentially you just kind of went up one by one, talked to the staff with the computer, and then she'll be like, okay, and then she gave you your number sticker. And actually at this moment someone recognized me and said hi to me, saying that they actually came to this audition by watching my video. So if you're that person, I didn't catch your name, I'm so sorry, but thank you for saying hi. And oh my goodness, this was the longest wait in my life because it was really cold in there. The air conditioner was super strong, and the staff that was at the table literally left at 1:50. So eventually I got my name or my number sticker at 2:35. I literally waited almost an hour and a half. And when everyone in my group got our stickers, we actually waited outside of the room again, and I was going to film like a video of myself with my camera with my new number sticker, but I literally got caught by the staff that was working there, and she was like, you can't have any cameras out, you can't record this, because if you remember, that was one of the rules on the whiteboard. So like, oh crap. And then I just filmed with my phone, of course. Man, I just really wanted some good quality footage for you guys. And in the middle, we were just waiting for so long. I just decided to go to the washroom, and while I was like sprinting to go back to my line, someone again said hi. It was a different person, and I'm so sorry if I ignored you. I didn't mean to. I thought I was like rushing. I had to rush to go back to my spot in the line because I thought my audition started, but it didn't. I'm so sorry. I didn't say hi to you then. I really would have. So at 2:55, the 10 of us went into the actual audition room, finally. And I want to point out that the 10 people that were originally in my group were definitely not the same as the ones that were going into the audition room with me, because some things were just so messed up and the group system just wasn't really clear. So there were 2 staff members inside the room, one that was actually judging with the camera and another one with the sound system and the phones, because she had to play on the music if you were doing the dance category, so she had to control all of the contestants, the applicants' phones. Speaking of which, if you're doing the dance category, you actually have to have your phone unlocked and you have to have the music ready. And if your phone is out of battery, then you've just got to dance on the spot without your music, which is really awkward, and they really emphasize that. Someone in my group, someone in line was like, oh my god, I'm out of battery, what do I do? And the staff member was just like, you have to dance without music, there's no other option. And actually someone else offered to do it on her phone, which I thought was so cute. So essentially all of the vocal applicants went first, and when the first person that went to audition tried to sing and kind of step forward, she was like, no, go step back into your own little line. And she was just so aggressive for no reason. She could have just been like, can you just sing in your spot? But the first person sang Andra Day's Rise Up. She sang for exactly 30 seconds, and then stopped herself, which is actually a mistake. If you're in an offline audition setting and they don't stop you, just continue singing. That way you're just kind of showing off your talents more. If you're only singing for 30 seconds, that's not really enough length. Around 40 seconds is ideal. If you stop yourself, it kind of seems like you're unconfident, maybe you don't know the rest of the lyrics. And then the second person, they sang Fine by Taeyeon, and it was really great. Amazing pitch. Very clear vocal tone, very loud and prominent voice as well. It wasn't perfect, but it was great. Again, she sang for about 30 seconds and then just stopped herself. I almost felt a little insecure just because she was so good, but I reminded myself, I literally stood in line for 3 hours. I'm not going to just waste all that time, and I'm definitely going to try my best. The worst thing happened after that. The next girl that went decided to go with the same song, and let me just say, she just was not very confident at all. She didn't know the lyrics, she didn't know the melody very well, the timing was off for everything. I'm not sure why she went with the song choice, maybe because it was popular, but this is why I say never choose an overused song. If someone before you went and chose the exact same song and they did it way better than you, what does that make of you, I suppose? And I'm not trying to bring the other girl down, but I'm saying if you don't want to be compared, go with the unique song choice that you're most confident in. The next girl sang Yoonha's Event Horizon, which is a Korean song, and she sang the very first line and then stopped. And it seemed like she was nervous, maybe forgot the lyrics, which was really sad because she had an amazing vocal tone, and actually she continued on and it was just fine. She sang for about 40 seconds before the judge stopped her. The next girl actually talked to her in line right before the audition. We were both cold because of the air conditioner. She was an 07 from USA, I think it was Maryland or something, and she sang, what did she sing? She sang Oh If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. It's hard to say if the girl that sang Fine was better or if this one was better, but she had such a clear vocal tone, very powerful, and she also sang for 30 seconds and then stopped herself. And at this point I was wondering, oh my god, do I start from the beginning of the song where I planned to do, or should I just start from the chorus, because I just kind of want to sing a little bit shorter due to peer pressure because everyone is singing shorter. And let me tell you guys, change scares me, so I just decided to sing from the start. I sang about 45 seconds before the judge stopped me, and I'll play this recording later in the video. It's not amazing, let me just tell you. I'll make comments throughout it, specifically pointing out some feedback that I would actually give to myself, but because I was so nervous and I made so many last minute thoughts changes, it wasn't great. But obviously I won because I got 45 seconds of singing. No, I'm just kidding, that's not how it works. But then it moved on to the dancing category. Just to quickly go over the song choices, just because I kind of want to give you guys an idea of what people actually choose for their auditions. So, La Vie en Rose by IZ*ONE, Would You Run by HYBE, Sonogong by 17, I think that's Super by 17, Queen Card. I would say the only good song choice out of these is Would You Run by HYBE because it's actually a really great choreography. HYBE songs have great choreographies, but unfortunately people just don't know about them enough. All the other song choices are way too overused. I've seen people in my K-pop audition course use these song choices, and they're just really not the best because you'll see other people dancing to that same exact song and even pull it off better than you. When everyone was done dancing, the judge said you can leave now in a respectful way. I don't know how to phrase that in English, but it was about 8 minutes in total for all 10 of us to go, and I sang for about 45 seconds. Do you think that was worth the 3 hours and 20 minutes of waiting time? So before I move on with playing my recording, let me give you some final conclusion-like tips that I wrote down here. So firstly, if an audition says 30 seconds specifically, start with the chorus or the highlight of the song and prepare to sing about 50 seconds of it. But now let's move on to the vocal section.
About me, tell me that you miss me and you lie. I can't read your mind. You say that you need to be alone, but night and day want me at your beck and call. You say you know that you might be crossing a line.
So don't leave an opinion on that at all. Don't ever talk about my singing ever again. And I'll come back with more audition experience videos. I have a couple more from Korea that I want to share with you guys. I'm kind of posting them a little later than when I did them just because I want my audition experience to be a little bit spaced out from one another and fill it in with more audition tutorials throughout that period, if that makes sense. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.